Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Monday, November 21st, and working on a project ahead of a kiln firing that I'm going to do this coming Friday. So I'll probably make this into two different videos, but what I'm working on right now is my friend Josh is getting married, and him and his fiance have asked me to make their wedding party favors for their reception. So basically, I had a stamp made from Justin's Makery. So if you want custom stamps, you can go online to Justin's Makery, and he makes very nice, high quality stamps. So basically, these are just going to be made for little magnets, refrigerator magnets, that I'll do these and glaze them. So I just got some different cookie cutters. Let me show you. We have some different cookie cutters that I got off of Amazon. Very inexpensive. I think it was like $10 for like 28 different sizes of like 6 or 7 or 8 different shapes. So anyway, so I've been using, obviously, besides making a mess here, using cornstarch because the cornstarch will burn off with the clay in the kiln, but it also helps it not to stick to the cookie cutter. But in order to give the glaze somewhere to kind of pull up, and also because I'm going to mix a couple of glazes, I've never used commercial Mako glazes before, but I've decided to go ahead and do that to try to come up with some interesting color combinations. So I'm actually going to be using, I believe, Mako's stoneware glazes. I'm going to use hopefully birch and light flux to get the color combination, but because they need gravity to also kind of help the colors to mix, and these being flat would not give it very much room to mix. So actually what I've done is, these are some other ones. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, you know what? I think that's okay. If you can see in here, I've actually taken and I've depressed the center of these. That's why the ends are sticking up, using basically the bottom of this Gorilla Glue. It was about the right size and shape that I wanted to depress the center on this foam pad here. And so by doing that, then it made the ends kind of curl up and cup up a little bit, so that when I glaze it, the glaze will be able to run down the edges, hopefully, a little bit. And then in addition to that, I would like to experiment a little bit with glass beads. So I was thinking about dropping a glass bead in each one of these and then letting it melt so that the names will be underneath glass, but you should still see it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take some black underglaze. I'm going to bisque fire these badges. I'm going to bisque fire them first. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rub some underglaze into the lettering and then wipe it off. And then after that, I'm going to glaze the rest of it, or maybe just, I might even play a little bit with the wax resist, maybe wax resist the center, or maybe just where the names are. I know that's not very easy to see, but because of all the cornstarch, but I might paint over their names with the brush, maybe with some wax resist. But I plan on putting one of those glass beads in the bottom, and hopefully it will melt and kind of encase their names. So that might be kind of neat. So I want to try a bunch of different combinations. So I figured I'd bring you in while I do this. I'm just about to bisque fire. I'm just about to bisque fire this. Oh, you know what? I'm not really sure why these are peeling up the way they are. The only thing I can think of is that I think I remixed my glaze. Sorry, I had my hand over my mouth. I think I remixed the glaze, and I might have accidentally mixed in some of the cornstarch. And as you can see, it's actually flaking up. So that's not good. I might have to redo these. Oh, it's all in a day's work. Anyway, I'm going to have to get these out, get them ready, and I'll take you and show you the results after I've fired them in the kiln. All right, just wanted to bring you in before we closed up the kiln. So you'll see over here in the top right, I went ahead and did 3 more of the magnets because a lot of these other ones were peeling quite a bit because of the excess of cornstarch that I used. I'm not really sure how well they're going to turn out. So on these 3, I did use cornstarch, but I used very little, and I rubbed it into the clay just enough to make it where it wasn't tacky, so that when I impressed that container in there to make the indentation, it would release, because otherwise it was sticking to them real bad. So that's the whole reason why I used the cornstarch. So obviously these are the flat ones. These are the ones that kind of have cornstarch. The cornstarch may just burn out. I'm not really sure if they will or not. But these obviously are the other most recent ones that I've done, and hopefully those will come out really well. And then obviously I have a planter here that I did, since I'm doing a bisque, just to get it done. I actually did that out of terracotta, so that should come out, you know, that beautiful terracotta color. But I've not done it in an electric kiln before. I've only done it in my gas kiln. The gas kiln, the terracotta came out with a really beautiful, almost sheen to it, which I really like. I just want to see what this will do in the electric kiln. So needless to say, it's not my favorite planter that I've done, but it's just something that I threw, and I took my hacksaw blade and I fluted all the way around it. So, you know, if it don't turn out great, I'm not going to be heartbroken. So anyway, we'll plug this in and we'll show you the results. Okay, so we finished the firing in the early hours of last night. And so we'll go ahead and take off the top here and take a look. It's had a time to cool down. It's actually the next evening, so it's been cooling down all day. As you can see on the pyro, we're under 70 degrees. And let's see what we look like in here. So here's the terracotta pop. Well, that terracotta really does come out a really nice color. I'm really happy with the color of those pots. It's very pretty. Yep, came out really nice. 2022. And then obviously here's the rest of it. Now let's see what happened here. So like here's one that had that real heavy coating of the what do we want to say, had the real heavy coating of, oh boy, cornstarch. It's gonna be one of those videos, friends. But actually it does flake off a little bit. So honestly, once something like that gets cleaned up and glazed, I actually think those will even turn out fine. There's a little bit of roughness under here, but again, you got to realize it's going to be possibly glazed or under glass. So and again, they are aware these are going to be hand-made ornaments, or you know, keepsakes. So uh-oh, it looks like we lost one. And some of these, again, just so you know, like when I rolled them out, Cooper the puppy dog here doesn't like the fact that I'm out here. But I didn't roll these out really well or wedge the clay or anything like that. Now these are the ones that I hit the very light layer of cornstarch on, and as you can see, even those did flake up a little bit. So it looks like all of them will have to be kind of maybe scrubbed and brushed a little bit, but honestly, just looking at the surface and how easy it pretty much is to clean, I don't think that that's going to be much of a problem at all. And this is a little container my mom had thrown for her brother in our congregation, or in her congregation, I should say. She made, that's her first little lidded pot with some chattering on the side. But yeah, as you can see, I would say most of these turned out, actually, you know what? I take that back. These were the 3 over here that I worked harder to make sure that they didn't have any excessive cornstarch on. And actually, yeah, you could definitely tell that these came out a lot thinner. It was these 3, actually, now that I think about it. But even the ones that had the cornstarch on it, a little heavier, I don't think really are going to be that big of a problem. But like I said, I'd like to now dip these in glaze, maybe even use some wax just across their name with a few brush strokes. Might be kind of a little artistic, and then let the glaze be on everything else. And then I want to put that little glass bead in there and let that melt into it. Don't know if these are going to be too heavy to be used as magnets. I guess it depends on what kind of magnets I get. But yeah, I said some of these other ones, they were kind of heavy on the cornstarch, and so you can kind of see that might take some work to clean up, or may not even clean up that well. But now that I know how to do it like this, obviously the rest of them will come out very much cleaner. But there we are. So thank you for joining me, and stay tuned for the cone 10 firing that I'll be doing at the end of this week. And until I see you next time, don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. I'll talk to you later.